HybridFoxKid, and welcome back to the Blocks SMP. We are starting off the episode in the Oasis because I have a couple of things to show you before we get over to Honeycomb Ridge. So, like I said in the previous episode, this place is all finished, all complete, and yeah, kind of crossed off the list of things I need to do before the end of the season. But there is another part of the world that has been worked on throughout the season, and I can gladly say it's finally finished. It's a really cool design, so let's just show it off. And if you haven't guessed by now, it's the Nether Hub. The Nether Hub is finally complete and in running action. And I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. It looks really, really nice. Compared to the previous season, this one's all red, where the other one was all blue. And I gotta say, I do like the Crimson Stems. They are really, really nice. But yes, this Nether Hub was created by Raytheon, one of our server mates, and I gotta say, they did a very, very good job. So essentially, they built most of this area, and I was just sitting in the corner like a lost puppy, not knowing what the heck to do and just placing a couple blocks here and there. So yes, this was all created by Raytheon, and I gotta say, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Also, there is another thing that is also in the Nether Hub that I seem to have lost. Oh, there he is! It's our sun! So this little guy, when we were trying to clear out this area, because this is right in the middle of a crimson forest? It's called a crimson forest, yeah. It's in the middle of a crimson forest, and we had to kill a bunch of hoglins. He's a baby piglin with a hoglin on his head, and his name is Ben, and we love him. And yeah, there was original design of having like a big bowl in the middle, and that's where we were gonna put Ben. Then we decided to get rid of it and completely scrap it. So, you know what? There's nothing better than putting the kid on the floor. So, you know what? He's happy there, he's having a good time, and he has plenty of places to explore. But yeah, he's happy in the floor, having a good time. So, you know what? I'm not going to destroy his fun. But yes, with that all shown off, we can now head back over to Honeycomb Ridge and get started on actual base progress. We have a lot of things to do today because we got to get that grind set going because we are very close to the end of the season. And yeah, just got to start working. And one other little thing I want to show off at the start of this episode before we get into the actual building is that I've been doing a lot of off-camera work towards the mountain. As you know, I've been trying to get the detailing done on each side of the mountain, and I can gladly say one side is officially complete. There. Yeah, so the detailing on this side is all done, but don't worry, it will look better. There are more things that needed to be added, and they will be done in maybe the next episode or so, because I haven't got this side done. So I don't really want to do this side, and then be like, you know what, we can ignore the other side and not deal with it. So I want to get both sides of the mountain done before we start detailing and decorating with other kind of builds and stuff like that. So you know what, I'm halfway there. We are getting there slowly but surely. So let's actually move on to the point of today's episode, which is this part over here. So as I said, I think 2 episodes ago, I wanted to work on the port and add boats and marine stuff. Just pretty much make this end part of Honeycomb Ridge look nice and livable. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to do. And another thing I want to point out, I've been doing so much stuff off camera. I did end up bopping down the water, so it looks a little bit better instead of being like a shallow bit of water on each part. So it's all one block down, and it looks much better if I do say so myself. So enough babbling about progress updates. The first thing I want to do is maybe put some boats around here. So yeah, let's go grab a couple materials and see what I can do when I've got to make a boat. So this is going to be just as difficult as making the cars because I've never made a boat in Minecraft. A boat's difficult? I have no idea. So if you remember back in the previous season when I built a boat, I made it kind of rustic, so I gave it more of a wood look. And this time I kind of want to make the boat style kind of modern. So I think I'm going to go for a mix of maybe quartz and maybe copper, like cards as well. So let's hope I have some quartz. I do not. So let's do a little bit of villager trading and get my quartz stock back up. Quartz is the one thing in this game I have not used at all this season just yet. So time to actually do some trading and get the quartz I need. Problem is these guys don't really trade much, so I'm going to be here for a little while. Might as well go to the nether because getting 64 blocks in a day, or 48 in a day, is not the fastest way to gather quartz. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go say hi to the nether. I like villager trading and all, but standing there waiting for them to refresh their trades isn't the most invigorating thing. So you know what? Going to the nether and mining out quartz myself shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, I'm not too sure how much I'm gonna collect, maybe a couple stacks. That might be the best way to go. We'll have to wait and see. I'll collect a bunch and we'll be back when it's all done. Okay, I think there should be plenty for now. I'm just gonna maybe start with that amount and then see how much we'll need as we get to building. So, you know what? I'm gonna leave the nether with that. So yeah, I'll just quickly get back to the base, get everything smelted up and built together, and we'll get started on the boat construction, which I'm honestly kind of looking forward to, but not really, because I'm going to have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so everything is smelted up and ready to go, and I kind of forgot how expensive copper is. So if I can't fill out the entire boat with the copper, I'll go out and do some more farming, pretty much the exact same as the quartz. So let's actually get started on the two boats, and I have not prepared any of this. I haven't done one in a creative sketch world, so this is just going to be me hopefully completely winging it. So I plan to maybe do one like a yacht style with like a sail and stuff like that, and maybe the other one be like a speedboat. So you know what, we're gonna try it, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, we'll be sad for a little while, but you know what, might as well get started, and yeah, hopefully it looks good. I think I'm coming to two conclusions at the moment. One, I have nowhere near the amount of blocks I need for this build, and two, boats are difficult. I have no idea what they look like. You know what, I'm gonna try a bit more. So I think I have the general outline of the boat going well, so now it's just time to actually get to the decorating, like adding chairs, windows, and all that other kind of stuff. So this is a little progress update of how I'm going, and this one is the speedboat. So yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit more flat and see how I make it look in the end. I think it's looking okay so far. So I did a little bit of detailing, and this is the final result for the speedboat. I think it looked kind of cute. He's a little bit stunted, but it being a lot longer just didn't look right, so I decided to squish it down a little bit, and maybe like the bigger yacht might help with the size, I don't know. So essentially that's the first boat done out of the two, so instead of babbling too much, let's move on to the second one and see if it ties this one together. So as soon as I hit the recording button, it started to rain, and you know what, I can't be bothered waiting this out because I've been waiting long enough. Time to show off what I built, and I built the yacht as well as the second yacht as well. I did say I was going to only build two boats, but I don't know, the third one looks really nice. It's the exact same design as this one over here. But yeah, just adding a little bit more boats would add a little bit more life to this area, I feel. I don't know, it felt very spacious with only the two. But you'll probably also notice that I did extend this part as well. My perfectionism got a little bit better of me, and I couldn't deal with having this part be shorter than this part. It drove me absolutely mental, so you know what? I made it a little bit longer, just so I can stop thinking about it, because my god, as soon as I built this area, the only thing I was thinking about was the fact that this was a little bit shorter than this one. But you know what? I changed it, I don't need to worry anymore. But yes, with the boat done, we still have a little bit more progress to do here, and I want to do a little bit of decorating in this part over here. And I don't really want to add another kind of boat. What I was mainly thinking was like a pool area, a place where people mess around in the water. I know it's a bit dangerous near boats, but you know what? People don't need to think logically in this area. So I've got a couple of things over here, which is mainly just stained glass, and I can make a little, like a pool ring out of this. So if I were to, I don't know, base it off here, oh, that didn't work. There we go. If I were to just like do this, they look like little floaties. I love it. They're absolutely adorable. So I've got a bunch in a couple different colors, and I'm just gonna dot them around, and we'll see how they look. And beautiful. So we've got a total of 5 rings up. And then I think maybe one other thing I want to add is maybe like a flotation device that's like a bed. And I think I might only add one because it might be a little bit obstructive to everything else. So yeah, let's just add one. And I think I'm going to do it with the acacia wood and some orange carpet as well. I don't know if this is going to look okay, but you know what? We're going to try it. I've just discovered that I have way too much stuff in my inventory. Yep, I think I like that one there. I think I'm only going to stick with 2 because if I have any more, maybe it might be a little bit too crowded. But there is one more thing I do want to add to this area, and it's going to be with the help of the armor stand book. So yeah, let's get these guys set up where I want them, and then we can do something a little bit special. I know you're thinking this looks a little bit weird, but trust me, I have a plan. So, have you guessed what I have planned? Yep, I'm gonna use Playerhead to customize little beach balls around in the water. So, you know what I gotta do is I gotta shoot up in the air and hope this arrow hits me. There we go, we just gotta do this a couple times over. It would have been a good idea to pack my bed where I was actually working, so now I don't have to have this walk of shame every single time. Okay, so I have a whole different assortment of blocks to use, and yeah, I'm just gonna plonk these in any kind of arrangement. And we'll get the armor stand to go invisible and sink them into the water a little bit later on once I've got the colors put in the right spots. But I don't really have a plan, so yeah, let's just chuck them absolutely anywhere. And then I also have this little bucket as well. It's got a little crab in it, and I thought it was really cute. So I'm just gonna chuck these like in the corners of each area because they look like little fishing bait tackle. And you know what? People will probably fish at the end of these piers because who doesn't love fishing? Okay, so now we actually got to get rid of these armor stands and put the walls into the water. So all we need to do is grab our handy dandy book and get started on moving these guys. There we go, we have the first one set up. Now we just got to do it to the other 4, and then I'll cut back once it's all done. All the beach balls have been submerged into the water, and I gotta say, they look really, really cute. They just add that little extra pop of color in this whole area here. And I think this area actually turned out rather nice. It's very cute, very, very colorful for this base, and yeah, I kind of like it. So that essentially puts an end to the port area in Honeycomb Ridge. It took me a while to get this part done, but I kind of like the outcome. I was really putting it off for a while because I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I felt just having the boats wasn't enough, so I really like the addition of these as well as the little crab pots over here because they are just very, very cute. But yes, I'm not done with this episode just yet. There's one more thing I want to do, and it's kind of still in this like aquatic area. It's that over there. If you know what that is, that's essentially just an AFK spot for my creeper farm. So my creeper farm is there, and to get it to work, I have to sit in there like overnight or for a couple hours. But it's just an ugly floating grey cube. So I think I'm gonna chuck a little bit of a decoration here so I can sit in the decoration instead of just an ugly grey cube. So the problem with this is I know exactly what I'm gonna put there, but it's got a lot of different block palettes compared to what I've used throughout all of Honeycomb Ridge. The problem with that is I don't have any backup in my storage. There is none of these specific blocks. So the blocks I'm going to be using are spruce wood, which I have a lot of spruce wood, and then we have a dark oak wood, which I also have a lot of as well, and other miscellaneous stuff, as well as a bunch of cyan wool, which luckily that's the one thing I do have a lot of. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of resource gathering, so yeah, I'll be back once I've got everything I need. So I did a little bit of off-camera resource gathering, and this should be all the items I need for the build. I wonder if anyone can guess what I'm planning to do with these specific blocks. So let's just go over to the actual build site, and yeah, let's get started, because this thing ain't gonna build itself, and the quicker I get it done, the quicker we get to finishing off the port area in Honeycomb Ridge. Okay, so we're up at the build area. Let's get this build started and have a good time. But I think the best way to do this is with a time lapse because it's gonna be nice and speedy, and I haven't done a time lapse for today. So yeah, let's get it started. And with the time lapse done, the balloon is up and ready. This is actually a build that I did in my previous season of a Minecraft SMP, which was back in Glacius, and that's actually how I ended my first season of like a Minecraft SMP, which was leaving Glacius on a giant balloon. And pretty much since the start of this server, I always wanted to bring this balloon back. I had either an idea of leaving it somewhere close to my base, like deflated and on the ground, or just pop it somewhere in the world, floating and still floating on. So this is what I decided to do. It's now a glorified AFK spot for me, but I gotta say, from the port area of Honeycomb Ridge, it actually looks really, really cool. It looks really nice, and you can tell it totally from a different place because those colors do not match whatsoever. But I gotta say, it looks really, really cool, and that means I can also AFK at my creeper farm a lot easier now than just standing in an ugly grey box. But yes, that's beside the point. I think with that, I might actually leave this episode here. We got a lot of things done, and I gotta say, I think all the upper area of Honeycomb Ridge is officially finished. The only thing I really gotta do is like the sewers, but they are taking a very, very long time. I kind of underestimate how big I actually made my base, so that'll be done soon enough, but not just yet. But yes, as I said before, I'm gonna leave this episode here. If you guys liked the video, give the video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around. All good, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!